Thank you for watching. Today we're going to have a look at this van body. Now, if you wonder where can I buy this, you can't. Or maybe you can actually commission Wes to make one for you. This one is made by Wes Brazwell. Wes and I, we go back a couple of years. I first met Wes at 2018 Motorama. That was in Pennsylvania in Harrisburg. Motorama is a big event with the full-sized cars, but they also had an RC event over there, so they had actually hosted a Recon G6 event. You might know those events with Brian Parker. Met a ton of cool people there. One of the coolest people I actually met there was Wes. And Wes makes scratch-built bodies. Back then he had just started, so he actually entered the Show and Shine over there. Not sure if it was called Show and Shine, but he entered that with a Scout body, which he completely built from scratch. And back then he had just started styrene building and honing his skills. Now, back then already he was getting some amazing results. He had like a cloth top and whatnot. He actually won Best of Show. And I was judging, so that was a big honor. And we got to talking there a tiny bit. And then last year, when I was in the middle of building my workshop, Wes actually contacted me and he said, would you like to collaborate on something? Which, of course, I would love to do, seeing that he is so crazy talented. Now, not to diss his efforts back in 2018, but if you see what he actually pulled off over here, he has really come an exceptionally long way, and he is still honing his skills. So right now he's also doing some cab over engine bodies. He has, I almost dare say, perfected the technique of, I think he makes like a wooden molds in which he then vacuum and thermoforms styrene. So he's actually able to pull off complex shapes, like for example this hood. Now you think that this looks good like this. Also, of course, there's a lot of traditional techniques going on, but I think it will really blow your mind once you actually come to the conclusion that this actually opens as well. So if I decide to use this on a chassis that has, for example, a scale engine under the hood, you would actually be able to see that. So that is something that I'm aiming for. Also, the side door opens, so eventually you will be able to have a look at the interior. Now, why a van? Because Wes could have built me absolutely anything that I wanted, like for example cab over engine, but also a Scout, and I really wanted to have a van. Back when he contacted me, I just watched an episode of I think it was Dirt Every Day, where they converted an old ambulance, an old Ford Econoline ambulance, into like a weekend warrior, into a 4x4 overland van, an off-roader. And I thought that looked super cool. And of course that Ford Econoline is a body that you cannot find. Not in Lexan, but also not in styrene. So I asked him to actually build me one of those. This is also a van body from the year that I'm from, so it is from 1982. This is a third generation Ford Econoline. I think it is very recognizable with all of the complex shapes that are going on. Like for example here, those squared off pieces in the hood right above those headlights. And I just think that in it being so iconic and so recognizable, with it being used back then a lot for service vehicles and whatnot, it's a great base for what I actually want to pull off here. So I want to build something that looks like somebody actually bought an old van and converted it to a weekend warrior. Why am I so obsessed with vans? Actually, I own a van, which I also converted to be able to camp in it and whatnot. And like, I don't know, recently you've seen more and more hashtags of van life and stuff like that. And it just becomes more and more popular to convert vans into more capable vehicles, and vehicles that you can use like for fun stuff. Now for some people van life, because it's kind of swinging all the ways, so for some people van life is about doing yoga in a car. I don't know why you would do that. For some people it's about eating soy, about being a vegan. My van life experience is actually that you can also eat meat in it. You can bake steaks in it. You can do a lot of grilling in it. You can make hot dogs in it. So you don't have to be a yoga obsessed soy eater in order to enjoy van life. For some people it's also the last stage before becoming absolutely homeless, in which they show that you can actually live a full life inside a vehicle. But that's not something I think that we want to display over here. I just want to build something that's fun and something that, if it were to be a full-sized vehicle, kind of shows the layout that I have in my full-size van, which you will see in the coming weeks, and kind of show how I like put some kitchen stuff in there and a bed in there and turn it into something that you can comfortably sleep in until you get bored of it and you want to go home and have a proper shower again. So that's also what we are going to do over here. So in that, I'm really excited about it, because this also means that I can put a ton of scale accessories on it, maybe even a roof rack, some gas cans, and of course a full interior. So Wes did complete the outside of it entirely, but the inside needs a ton of work, because I really want to trick this thing out and make it as detailed as possible. Now, for that reason, I will also start with 3D printing. I know that a lot of people are doing some amazing stuff with 3D printing. Like, for example, Harley has a really cool weekly show in which he shows what's actually possible with designs and with learning yourself how to develop your skills in drawing stuff up and then eventually printing it. So that is also something that I want to sort of like try my hand at, dip my toe in, however you want to call it. So that's something that you will be seeing in the coming weeks / months, because this will be a lengthy project. I want to, maybe I will even get to like sewing machines and stuff like that, because this thing also needs bed linen, it needs curtains, it needs absolutely everything in order to survive out in the wilderness or out in the parking lot of your local Walmart in case you just got evicted. So there's that. Go check out all of the links to Wesmade or Wes Brazwell in the video description box. I will make sure that there's links over there to all of his social media. He does a great job in explaining how he does stuff. So if you wonder, like I do, like how on earth are you able to shape a roof like that, or how on earth are you able to shape that hood, go check out Wes's video, because I'm pretty sure that it will be clear that he has skills that we mere mortals just cannot match. So all of that's in the video description box. If you have not subscribed yet, here I am again. Please do, because it is free. So I'm not going to rip you off or whatnot. There's also links to some apparel in the video description box. If you are subscribed, hit the bell, because that way you get email notifications the minute I launch a new video. If you have cool suggestions for what you want to see paint-wise, maybe you want me to weather this thing, for example, let me know in the comment section. I'll always read all of the comments and try to get back to as many people as possible. And if you enjoyed this video, also really important for the algorithm, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay safe, take care, have fun with your RCs, and we will see you in the next one. Take care, bye-bye.
Back on.